For over a decade, Celine Dion's life has been filled with rumors and mystery, from the loss of her husband, René Angélil, to her health struggles. Now, she's breaking her silence, revealing the truth behind the past 14 years. Join us as we uncover Celine Dion's emotional journey and the mind-blowing revelations she's finally sharing. A timeless love against all odds. In 1980, at the age of 12, Dion came into contact with René Angélil for the first time. He was 38 years old at the time. After receiving a recording of a song written by Dion, her mother, and her brother Jacques from her brother Michel, Angélil was captivated by Dion's voice. He was already a renowned manager and chose to take her under his wing. With his guidance, Dion swiftly gained recognition in the French music industry. Time went by, and in the mid-1980s, Angélil's second marriage to Canadian singer Anne René ended. During this period, he and Dion decided to take a break from their professional collaboration. He primarily stayed in Las Vegas, while she stayed in Montreal, focusing on improving her English and enhancing her skills in dance and singing. Upon his return, he maintained a certain level of distance in their relationship. In her autobiography, she revealed that he made a conscious effort to avoid being alone with her for extended periods of time. At that moment, she had developed feelings for him without anyone knowing. Stashing a picture of him under her pillow, she was cautious about anyone discovering it. Confessing in her diary, she acknowledged that she could no longer suppress her emotions. She recounted experiencing all the classic symptoms of affection, yet she understood that it was a forbidden love. She believed Angélil did not want her to love him, nor did he reciprocate her feelings. Dion's mother, constantly present, observed her daughter's increasing attraction towards her manager, who was older and divorced twice. Disapproving of the relationship, she felt it was not suitable. However, Dion was resolute, asserting that she was no longer a child and was entitled to love whomever she pleased. For years, their connection was strictly business until Dion's victory at the Eurovision Song Contest in Dublin in 1988 at the young age of 20. This win marked a turning point in their relationship, and soon their feelings blossomed into a romance. Despite their love for each other, they decided to keep it hidden from the public eye for 5 years. While their friends and family were aware of their relationship, the outside world remained ignorant. It wasn't until 1992, during a heartfelt interview, that Dion almost let slip the truth, but ultimately chose not to disclose their secret. On March 30, 1993, which also happened to be her 25th birthday, Angélil popped the question. It wasn't until later that same year, in the notes of her album The Color of My Love, that she publicly revealed their romantic journey. The couple exchanged vows on December 17, 1994, at the Notre Dame Basilica in Montreal, turning their wedding into a spectacle that was witnessed by numerous individuals, signifying the start of their married life together. The public witnessed the ongoing development of their romantic relationship. They held a grand ceremony in Las Vegas on January 5, 2000, to reaffirm their commitment to each other. Despite their efforts, Dion and Angélil faced challenges in starting a family. After experiencing multiple disappointments, Dion underwent 2 minor procedures at a fertility center in New York. Ultimately, she decided to pursue in vitro fertilization. Their first offspring, René Charles Angélil, came into the world on January 25, 2001. The happiness of having a son was overwhelming, but their quest to grow their family was far from finished. In 2009, Dion experienced a miscarriage, an incredibly painful event. Despite this setback, she persisted with fertility procedures. She announced in May 2010 that she was expecting twins, achieving her long-awaited goal of expanding her family. The twins, Eddie and Nelson, were born on October 23, 2010, through a cesarean section at St. Mary's Medical Center in Florida. Eddie was named after her beloved French songwriter Eddie Marnay, while Nelson was named in honor of the respected figure Nelson Mandela, whom she greatly respected. Shortly after, she confidently presented her twin sons to the public, showcasing them on the front page of Hello magazine's Canadian version. With the arrival of her two boys, her family was finally whole. Soon after experiencing joy, sadness entered the picture. Angélil's health began to decline in 2013. Although he had fought throat cancer in the past, it came back with a vengeance. Over the following years, Dion remained by his side, juggling her professional commitments and taking care of him. She prioritized being with him during his last moments, setting everything else aside. On January 14, 2016, at 73 years old, Angélil succumbed to cancer. His funeral took place at Notre Dame Basilica, where their wedding had occurred 2 decades ago. René Angélil, their son, who was about to turn 15, gave the eulogy at the service. The intense agony of losing her spouse was too much to bear, but the sorrow did not stop there. Just 48 hours later, on the day that would have marked Angélil's birthday, Dion's sibling Daniel also succumbed to cancer at 59 years old. Despite being consumed by grief, she had to remain resolute for her children and the enduring impact of the life she and Angélil had created together. After her husband passed away, she took over as the only owner and CEO of their managing and producing firms, such as CDA Productions and Lay Production Feeling. The burden was heavy, but she accepted it with open arms. Angélil was not just her spouse, he was also her guide, her supervisor, and the one who had faith in her since the beginning. While Dion's personal life may be complex, her journey to stardom was equally challenging, marked by obstacles that shaped her career. The journey of a star. Celine Dion entered the world in Charlemagne, Quebec, a cozy little town located to the northeast of Montreal. Being the youngest of 14 siblings, she was raised in a household where finances were tight, but where music was cherished. Thérèse and Adhémar Dion, her parents, toiled tirelessly to ensure that their extensive brood was cared for. As a result of limited resources, Dion was forced to repurpose a drawer as her crib during infancy. She spent her childhood clad in hand-me-downs and sleeping in a shared bed with some of her sisters. Despite receiving love and support from her family, Dion encountered difficulties beyond her home. In school, she was subjected to ridicule due to her physical appearance, described as thin and having noticeably large teeth, earning her the mocking nickname "Vampire" among classmates. As she embarked on her professional journey, local media outlets labeled her with derogatory names like Canine Dion. However, these criticisms did not deter her from pursuing her aspirations, revealing in her memoir that she harbored a distaste for school and preferred the company of her older siblings, from whom she learned valuable lessons. Eager to return home, daily, she found solace in singing and making music with her family in the lower level of their house. Dion's love for music was ingrained in her since childhood. Growing up in a musical family, they even operated a quaint piano bar called Le Vieux Baril. She was given her name in honor of a song by French singer Hugues Aufray. At the age of 5, she showcased her talent by singing at her brother's wedding. In her youth, she engaged in Girl Guide activities, fostering her love for teamwork and personal development. Dion faced peril during her formative years. At the age of 5, she was struck by a car in front of her father and brother Clément, causing great distress. Although she sustained a concussion and required hospitalization, her recovery was swift. From a tender age, she was resolute in her aspirations. In a subsequent interview, she expressed no remorse about not experiencing a conventional childhood, as her sole ambition was to pursue a career as a vocalist. When Dion was 12 years old, she collaborated with her mother and brother Jacques to create her first song, titled "It Was Just a Dream." Her brother Michel recognized her potential and submitted the recording to music executive René Angélil. Angélil had discovered his name on the back of a Jeanette Reno album and opted to give it a try. Upon listening to the track, Angélil was profoundly touched and even became emotional. He perceived a unique quality in Dion and was committed to transforming her into a renowned artist. Back in 1981, Angélil decided to take a bold step by using his home as collateral to finance Dion's debut album, La Voix du Bon Dieu. Fortunately, his risk paid off when the record became a smash hit in Quebec, propelling Dion to fame. Not long after, Dion's popularity transcended borders, with her participation in the Yamaha World Popular Song Festival in Tokyo in 1982 making waves. Her exceptional performance at the event earned her the prestigious Top Performer Award from both the audience and the judges, along with the gold medal for her touching song Tellement j'ai d'amour pour toi. In 1983, Dion made history as the first Canadian artist to receive a gold record in France for her song D'amour ou d'amitié, of love or of friendship. She earned several Félix Awards, including Best Female Performer and Discovery of the Year, which boosted her growing reputation. Her international breakthrough came in 1988, when she represented Switzerland in the Eurovision Song Contest. Performing Ne partez pas sans moi, she secured a narrow victory in Dublin, proving herself on the global stage. At 18, Dion set her sights even higher. Inspired by Michael Jackson's performance, she told Angélil she wanted to achieve his level of fame. Though he believed in her talent, he knew she needed refinement to appeal to a worldwide audience. He advised her to step away from the spotlight temporarily. During this time, she underwent dental procedures and, in 1989, studied English at École Berlitz. That same year, while on the Incognito tour, she suffered a serious vocal injury. Consulting Dr. William Gould, she was given two choices: immediate surgery or complete silence for 3 weeks. Choosing the latter, she worked with vocal coach William Riley, strengthening her voice for the future. But how did Dion rise to become one of the world's greatest female singers? Let's find out. Rising to global stardom. Celine Dion's path to becoming a worldwide sensation was marked by commitment, evolution, and pioneering accomplishments. Following a period of building her reputation in Quebec and France, she set her sights on dominating the English-speaking market. With the help of her manager, René Angélil, she worked diligently to leave a lasting imprint on the international music scene. In 1990, she started her venture into the English music industry by launching her debut English album, Unison. The release of this album played a significant role in expanding her fan base. Her debut single, Where Does My Heart Beat Now, made its mark on the Billboard Hot 100 chart in the US, reaching the 4th position. It was evident that her mesmerizing vocals and heartfelt performance had the ability to attract listeners from different linguistic backgrounds. During the beginning of the 1990s, Dion worked with several well-known figures in the music business. One of her notable collaborations was in 1991 when she sang Beauty and the Beast alongside Peabo Bryson for a Disney movie. This duet became hugely popular, earning both a Grammy and an Academy Award for Best Original Song. This achievement helped establish her as a rising talent in the English-speaking music scene. In 1992, Dion continued to build on her success by releasing her second English album, titled Celine Dion. This album featured popular tracks such as If You Ask Me To, which quickly rose to #1 on the charts, and Love Can Move Mountains, a song that highlighted her range as an artist. The album was a commercial success, reaching platinum status and solidifying Dion's reputation as a talented singer during the 1990s. But it was in 1993 when her album, The Color of My Love, launched her into the realm of superstardom. With hits like The Power of Love topping the charts and Because You Loved Me becoming a cherished anthem, she earned a Grammy Award and solidified her status as a music icon. This was also the time when she and Angélil publicly declared their romantic feelings, showing that their bond went beyond just making music together. Dion's professional journey reached new heights when Falling Into You was launched in 1996. This album featured popular tracks such as Because You Loved Me, It's All Coming Back to Me Now, and All By Myself. It quickly became a top-selling record and received 2 Grammy Awards, including Album of the Year. Her talent for evoking powerful emotions through her music touched the hearts of many, solidifying her status as a highly acclaimed artist in the music world. Her success appeared to reach its peak when she released the hit song My Heart Will Go On for the movie Titanic in 1997. The track became a huge success worldwide, claiming the top spot on various music charts and garnering her prestigious awards like an Academy Award, a Golden Globe, and a Grammy. This song is considered one of the most popular singles ever released and is often associated with her name. Having solidified her position as an international icon, Dion remained a dominant force in the music world through her release of the 1998 record, Let's Discuss Love. This album included joint efforts with iconic figures such as Barbra Streisand, Luciano Pavarotti, and the Bee Gees, garnering immense commercial success and underscoring Dion's wide-ranging impact that transcended specific music styles or demographics. In the late 1990s, she launched her first Christmas album, entitled These Are Special Times, showcasing both newly composed tracks and beloved holiday favorites. Among the standout tracks was a collaboration with R. Kelly on a song called I'm Your Angel, which quickly climbed the music charts. At the close of the decade, Celine Dion had surpassed her wildest dreams and more. She had become one of the top-selling artists globally, received numerous prestigious awards, and captivated millions with her music. However, when she reached the pinnacle of her career, she shocked everyone by opting to retreat from the limelight and prioritize her personal life, a triumphant return and lasting legacy. During the peak of her success, Celine Dion decided to make a courageous move. In the year 2000, she declared her intention to step away from the music industry in order to prioritize building a family with her spouse, René Angélil. Having devoted years to her career, she felt the time had come to shift her focus towards her personal life. In this time frame, she received medical help to conceive, and in 2001, she welcomed their first son, René Charles Angélil. Dion's dream of motherhood finally came to fruition, bringing her great happiness as she began a new phase in her life. In 2002, she made a comeback to the music scene with the album A New Day Has Come, following a short break. The title song was a heartfelt expression of her experience as a new mother and her re-entry into the music world. The album quickly rose to the top spot in various countries, indicating that her supporters were eagerly anticipating her return. Back in 2003, she took on a challenging project at the Coliseum at Caesar's Palace in Las Vegas, marking a significant milestone in her career. The show, titled A New Day, was a unique blend of music, dance, and theatrical elements that pushed boundaries. Originally scheduled for only 3 years, the residency was so well received that it was extended until 2007. It went on to become one of the most lucrative concert residencies ever and revolutionized the way artists viewed live shows. While staying in Las Vegas, she consistently put out new music, such as the albums One Heart, 2003, Miracle, 2004, and Taking Chances, 2007. Each album displayed diverse aspects of her musical talent, ranging from lively pop songs to heartfelt ballads. In 2008, she began the Taking Chances World Tour, smashing records as one of the most profitable tours ever done by a single performer. With shows across 5 continents, she demonstrated her enduring international popularity in front of countless admirers. In the following years, Dion managed to juggle her professional commitments with her duties as a mother. She welcomed twin sons, Eddie and Nelson, in 2010 with the help of fertility treatments. The happiness of having a larger family was overshadowed by the news of René Angélil's battle with throat cancer. She put her music career on hold, once again, to support her husband, demonstrating her unwavering love and commitment to him. In the year 2016, Angélil died when he was 73 years old. Dion was greatly affected by his death, but she discovered solace in her music and her kids. Also, during that year, she put out Encore un soir, a French album that she dedicated to Angélil. The album was a hit commercially, reaching the #1 spot on charts in various nations. Even with her challenges, she persevered. In 2019, she debuted a new Las Vegas show and put out the album Courage. The title of the album symbolized her ability to bounce back and never give up. Dion continued to have a significant impact on the music field, with sales of over 200 million records, numerous accolades, and serving as inspiration for many artists. Her powerful and emotive voice left a lasting impression on the global audience. What challenges did Dion face behind the spotlight? Why did she keep them hidden from the public, and how did she overcome them? Strength beyond the spotlight. Celine Dion's management team disclosed on March 22, 2018, that she had been grappling with hearing problems for more than a year. They revealed that she had been dealing with a condition known as patulous eustachian tube that impacted her ears and had been using eardrop medications as a treatment. Despite the declining efficacy of the medication, they announced that she would be undergoing a minimally invasive surgery to rectify the issue. Dion had been the subject of ongoing speculation regarding her body weight for many years. Speculations about her struggling with an eating disorder had shadowed her professional journey. Despite the persistent rumors, she had consistently refuted them, stating there was no truth to the allegations. Denying any food-related issues, she declared she had nothing further to say on the matter. Emphasizing the demands of her rigorous career, she highlighted the necessity of being in top physical shape. She clarified that maintaining a schedule of up to 100 performances annually, coupled with extensive travel, would be unfeasible if she were malnourished or engaging in unhealthy eating behaviors as wrongly portrayed by certain publications. Dion frequently shared her challenges with believing in herself, particularly during her formative years. She confessed to being a target of bullies during her school days and feeling like she did not belong when she first stepped into the world of music. She remembered feeling like she did not measure up to society's beauty ideals, citing her lack of attractiveness, dental problems, and thinness. In her view, she did not conform to the expectations people had for a celebrity. Despite facing obstacles, Dion consistently put in effort to look after herself. She pursued ballet lessons with Naomi Steichman, a previous performer for known ballet companies. Additionally, she received instruction from Pepe Munoz, a former circus performer turned artist. Engaging in dance allowed her to stay fit and indulge in her passion for motion and artistry. Apart from her love for music and dancing, Dion was always engaged in an energetic way of life. She had a strong interest in skiing and frequently visited the slopes. Additionally, she was a committed hockey enthusiast who frequently cheered on her son René Angélil at his games, demonstrating her unwavering support from the bleachers. Though Dion's life might seem like an open book as a superstar, it's far from it. Her journey was filled with secrets she worked hard to keep hidden. The burden of a hidden truth. For years, Celine Dion captivated audiences worldwide with her mesmerizing voice. Despite the acclaim and adoration she received, there was a long-held secret that burdened her. From a young age, Celine had harbored dreams of becoming a global sensation, with music being her undeniable calling. She confided in her mother about her unwavering desire to pursue a career in singing for the rest of her life. The start of her rise to fame was marked by a cassette tape adorned with a red bow that she sent to a man named René Angélil, who would ultimately have a lasting impact on her life. Upon receiving a call from Celine's brother, urging him to listen to the tape, René was so impressed by her voice that he promised to call back right away. After finally giving it a listen, he was blown away by the authenticity and passion with which she sang, comparing it to a private performance for her family in her living room. During that period, René was facing a setback in his profession. Losing his top client had created doubts about his future in the music field. However, Celine's singing had sparked his enthusiasm again. He decided to take a risk by using his home as collateral to fund her debut album. With his mentorship, she quickly became a star. At the age of 14, she was victorious at the Yamaha Song Festival in Tokyo. At 16, she had the opportunity to sing for the Pope. By the time she was 20, she had become the champion of Eurovision. A rising star had emerged in the world, but there were rumors circulating in the background. It was believed by many that René was being overworked. The non-stop schedule and the intense pressure to excel had taken a toll on her. Celine had disregarded the gossip and rumors as her love for René was all-consuming to her. She was drawn to him for his treatment of her and her family, with singing taking a back seat in their relationship. René, on the other hand, had worried about public opinion regarding their romance. They kept their love hidden for 5 years before finally coming clean, leading to a quick and negative reaction from some who accused René of being domineering in both her personal and professional life. Despite facing scrutiny, their love had remained strong. The public had grown to support their relationship, and the first drama had subsided. However, Celine was harboring a secret that was deeply personal and caused her great anguish. Her defining characteristic, her voice, was starting to let her down. During the performance, she sensed her vocal cords constricting and her voice wavering unexpectedly. She recognized that there was an issue, but chose to ignore it. She powered through, believing the show must continue. Despite her throat burning and body spasming, she maintained a smile for the crowd. She strained her vocal cords further, trying to force her voice to comply. After René's death, the weight of responsibility had increased. The sorrow had been all-consuming, yet she had continued to put on a show, pretending that everything was fine. When her singing faltered, she would blame the microphone, as if it were malfunctioning. At times, when the pain became too much to bear, she would turn the microphone towards the audience, letting them do the singing for her. And at other times, she would sneak off backstage for a costume change and would not come back. But the lie had become too heavy to carry. Breaking the silence, Celine Dion kept her health issues hidden for 14 years. She believed that the fatigue she experienced would go away and that the strain on her voice was temporary. Over time, her symptoms worsened, with spasms increasing and stiffness spreading throughout her body, making it harder for her to perform basic functions like moving, breathing, and singing. One day, she reached the understanding that she could no longer conceal herself. Remembering René's advice to sing from the heart and stay loyal to her music, she realized what she had to do. In December of 2022, Dion made it known that she had been diagnosed with stiff person syndrome, a rare neurological condition impacting her muscle function. Later, in June 2024, she shared in a feature story on the cover of People magazine that she had been dealing with mysterious symptoms for 17 years prior to being diagnosed in August 2022. For the past 2 years, it had been revealed that Dion had been under the care of Dr. Amanda Piquet, a specialist in autoimmune neurology at the University of Colorado Anschutz Medical Campus in Aurora, Colorado. It was also mentioned that Dion's charitable foundation had pledged $2 million to the Anschutz Medical Campus for research in autoimmune neurology over the next 5 years. Dion had shared that, with the support of Dr. Piquet and other medical professionals, she was in the process of making a comeback to the stage. She had expressed determination that her voice was currently undergoing a rebuilding process. Her fans were finally addressed by her, and her voice showed emotion with a tremble. Regret was expressed by her for not sharing her truth earlier, as she needed time before she was prepared to discuss her condition. The revelation came that she had been diagnosed with stiff person syndrome, an extremely rare disorder that only impacts 1 in a million individuals. The illness was explained to cause severe muscle spasms, making basic movements challenging. Singing, an activity she once found easy, had become a continuous struggle. She had recognized that the path was a difficult one. There were times when she felt like she was losing her identity, like the illness was stripping away all she knew. However, she had also made a commitment to her supporters, a commitment full of unyielding determination. She made a promise to herself that she would make a comeback to the stage, regardless of the struggles. She stated that even if she had to move on all fours or use gestures instead of speaking, she was determined to come back. She made it clear that her motivation was not based on duty or need, but on her intense love for performing. She stressed that her desire to return stemmed from a deep longing for it. The world fell silent in awe as her words cut through the air. The endless gossip and doubt had finally culminated in the revelation she had just disclosed. Celine's singing has always been heartfelt, and now she has found her voice in speaking as well. The stage continuously beckoned her, and she had made her intentions known. she was determined to respond. If you enjoyed this video, like and subscribe, and also click the next video shown on your screen.